for, which is why I was on for like a split second and then had to get right back off. I keep forgetting to link into that for my cooking classes, just out of habit. So tonight we're going to be making delicious. These are so good, you guys. Hot honey chicken sandwiches. This can be a slow cooker meal. And what you would do is just throw some chicken into a crock pot with all of the sauce ingredients and let it cook, and then it's ready for you when you come back from work. So keep that in mind. I've also made some buns. These are grain-free buns. This is using the bread recipe that I have here up here on the channel. You just cut them in half, and there's your bun. I made these. I ordered some. They're called English muffin rings. Totally life-changing, okay? And then I just fry them in a pan like you would an English muffin. So anyway, these are going to be our bread tonight. I got a whole plate of them back here. We're going to be serving this dish, these sandwiches, with some homegrown green beans that we're going to be steaming. This is going to go super, super fast. So I'm glad you guys are all here. It's a very, very quick meal. If you wanted to, you could serve like coleslaw on top of the meat mixture we're going to be making. It's just a really, really simple, fast, amazingly delicious meal. So that's that. The other announcement I have is I am over halfway done with the cookbook. Some of you guys are waiting to buy my cookbook. That's awesome. Hang in there. I'm hoping by next Tuesday, I will be announcing the pre-sale amount. And if you guys are already thinking about Christmas gifts for people, this is going to be a completely affordable way to get my original cookbook into the hands of those you love who really need the cookbook for a very, very affordable price. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to have the cookbook done by next Tuesday and have a pre-sale up and going. We'll talk about that on the next live, hopefully next week. I was hoping to have it done by this Tuesday, but last weekend, a majority of my family got chiggers. So that has been really fun. We're over the worst of it now, but we were very, very itchy for several days, and it was like all I could do to just exist with my family and get us through the whole thing. So anyway, I wasn't really working on my cookbook for those few days that we were all itching like crazy. So anyway, it's over now. The wounds just have to heal for those of us who chose to pick them, and we're on to the next thing. So hopefully, fingers crossed, by next Tuesday, we'll have a pre-sale on the copies of my cookbook that will be hopefully back in stock very soon. So let's go ahead and get started on dinner. So like I said, this is hot honey chicken sandwiches. So I have 2 pounds of already cooked up chicken here, which is what's going to make this super fast. Like I said, you could totally put 2 pounds of, if you want to use boneless chicken breast, that's fine. I always recommend you get some with the skin still on, just for the nutrients. This is just a whole chicken that was shredded on out with a few pieces of skin amongst it all. But you could put raw chicken into a, like I said, a slow cooker and slow cook it throughout the day with the same sauce ingredients. Totally fine. So back over here, I have a cast iron skillet, and I'm preheating this. It's starting to get a little warm here. This step isn't necessary if you're going to use a crock pot, but we like to do it fresh because we're going to crisp up that chicken so the sandwich has like an extra crunch. It's really, really good. So we're going to add some lard to our pan. You could use coconut oil, butter, goose fat, duck fat, all those healthy fats that are stable at higher temperatures. And then I'm just going to simply add the chicken to the pan. I don't have baby girl with me today. We're going to see how long she lasts without being with me. We've kind of hit a developmental milestone for her, I guess you would say, where they kind of like, they want to move around, but they can't quite crawl yet. So she's like frustrated all the time, but she wants to be with mom, but she doesn't. And so anyway, we've had some emotional days of like, the only place she would sleep is strapped on me. Or walking up and down the mile-long driveway until she fell asleep. Those type of days. So it's been a little rough. So we'll see how long she lasts. So I can only fit about half of that. So it's about 1 pound of chicken in here. And we're just going to let it sit in there, and then we're going to flip it over once the underside is crispy. This is just the way we like our sandwiches. You wouldn't have to do this. You could just dump the sauce on it and go, but we like a little bit of a crispy chicken. Okay, so on the back burner, I have melted half of a cup of butter. This is going to be the sauce that's going to go on top. So, to that half a cup of butter, we're going to go ahead and add half of a cup of honey. This is the, well, I love these guys. I always say they're the best honey company. They deliver all over the United States, so check them out. It's prairierockhoney.com. Okay, this is a gallon jug. I think it's a little over $40-ish, somewhere in there. And it is wildflower honey, 100% raw. So, it's good stuff, and a large portion of their profits go to support the bees by buying more prairie lands for the bees. We're going to add a half of a cup of honey to, hang on, to my back thing. I'm going to use even a baby spoon. Look at that. Half a cup of honey. This is a quarter of a cup, so I got to do 2. You could use maple syrup too, but it's called hot honey chicken sandwiches for a reason. All right, so we're going half a cup. There it is. The weather has been like super cool here, which has us all like starting to freak out about winter coming because it sure feels like fall. It's just crazy. Very, very cool here. Okay, so then the next ingredient that's going into our sauce is smoked paprika. We need 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika. There it goes. All right. Cayenne powder. Now, if it's just my hubby and I eating this, I would put 2 teaspoons of cayenne powder, but the kids are going to be eating, and I want them to have taste buds when they're done. So we're going to go ahead and do probably only 3/4 of a teaspoon. Especially little William. He likes to cry and have real tears and everything when something's too spicy. Poor kid. All right, next spice is garlic granules or garlic powder. We're going to be adding 1 teaspoon. And then we need half of a teaspoon of real salt. So you want colored salt. So pink Himalayan salt, which is what this is. Celtic sea salt, just not white table salt. Because all of the minerals and the stuff that balances out that salt to make it so your body handles the salt better is in the color. So they're basically taking everything your body needs to be okay with salt out and giving you the rest. All right, we're going to give it a good stir. And like I said, you can totally make this sauce and dump it over the chicken, raw chicken, inside a crock pot and let it cook all day long. The only difference is, to what I'm doing, is that this is going to end up nice and crunchy. The chicken is kind of crispy. And obviously, due to the crock pot, it's not going to have that happen. All right, I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but we do have some nice crispy chicken there on the one side. Kind of golden brown. Add a little bit more lard. And then we're going to add a little bit of seasonings to the chicken. So what we're going to add to this is garlic powder. We need 1 teaspoon. Of course, I only have half the chicken in here, so I'm just going to do half. And then we'll add the other chicken. Okay. And then 1 teaspoon of onion powder, but once again, I'm doing half because I only have half the chicken in here right now. You could also use real onions. If you want to saute real onions in here with your chicken, that'd be fine too. I'm not because, well, this is quicker for 1, and for 2, my husband doesn't really like onions. So we're just going to leave it like that. So now we have the sauce back here. It's all nice and well incorporated. I'm going to move my garden green beans onto the back burner and start steaming those. Once it starts to heat up, it really gets to going on having that chicken turning golden brown. All right. I'm going to let this chicken cook for a few more minutes on this side, and then we're going to move it out of this pan so we can put the other 1 pound of chicken in here. I had actually never heard of the English muffin rings before. Even if you're not eating gluten-free, I'm thinking like my sourdough English muffin recipe. Like every single one of your English muffins ends up the same exact size, you know? So anyway, I just was like craving something that looked like a hamburger bun, and I was like, well, we could do English muffins. And the kids and I made up all of that jam this month, and so I thought, well, we could do butter and jam on those. So we needed some sort of English muffin look-alike. Okay, so I'm emptying this out. We'll end up putting it all together in the end, so don't worry. But we gotta get this chicken out of the hot skillet and get the next stuff in. So like I said, it's 2 pounds total of chicken. And I'm just drizzling lard on this because the lard helps it to golden up. Turn nice and golden brown. Oh, and another note on the cookbook, and that is I was talking to a few people who had emailed me, and then one person in person. And so I am just going to keep this cookbook, this printing of the cookbook, the same as the old one, okay? So no new recipes will be in it. This will be strictly if someone didn't get the first one or wants to buy copies of the original cookbook for gifts or what have you. And then I plan to make another cookbook in the future with all of the other new recipes. That way, those of you who already own the cookbook don't feel like you have to buy another cookbook just to get the recipes. And those recipes will be in a separate one. That is my plan as of right now. I think I'm up to 120 recipes or something as of today. I've been really trying to work on it hard so I can get it done. Okay, so once again, we're going to season this 1 pound here. So we need half of a teaspoon of garlic. And you could do garlic cloves if you wanted to. And half of a teaspoon of onion. There we go. It's so quiet because everyone's watching a movie. All right. There we go. Okay, a few more minutes on this side, and then we're going to mix it all together. Dump our delicious sauce on top. Which kind of separates as it sits, so we'll have to make sure we give it a good stir before we put it on the chicken. I'm going to grab a lid for my beans. There we go. Last week I went to my local farmer's market because it was a farmer's market appreciation or something week in the United States. And it was okay. We ended up not really buying anything. For whatever reasons, a lot of the people who were running the stands were running pretty late, so there really wasn't a lot to look at, which was kind of a bummer. We do have a person who runs a greenhouse and sells the produce out of it that is about 20 minutes away, and they were there, so that was kind of cool. And they had like free face painting and cotton candy, which of course we didn't need the cotton candy. I offered the face painting to the kids and nobody wanted to do it, which is kind of the reason why I went. I mean, I know there are toxins and everything, but I was just like, come on, man. As a kid, man, I loved face painting as a kid. but it didn't go over with my children. So we walked around, we looked at all the booths, and then we left and came on home. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and dump the first pound back on in, and then we're gonna add the sauce. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a really good stir first. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this burner off. It's like a barbecue sauce, but not really. It's a smoked paprika, so it's more of like a sweet, smoky flavor. Super good. All right. The burner is off, but it's still hot, so I'm going to move it off the burner just for a second. I don't want that sauce to burn down to the bottom. Okay. I'm going to go get a purple onion because that's what I want on top of mine. And I'll just make my sandwich up first. Show you guys how pretty it is. It's delicious, Sharon. It's absolutely delicious. All right, I'll give myself a plate. I'm going to show you how I'm going to make these up for my family here. Well, at least the ones that like onion. I'm going to use a purple onion on mine because I love purple onion. It's the addiction, and I'm okay with it. So, I'm going to chop a little bit of purple onion. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these lovely grain for English muffins, and I'm going to put a slice of raw cheese down the bottom. And grab some of this chicken. The reason why I'm going in this order is because the chicken is hot and it'll melt that cheese down the bottom. All right. A nice garden fresh tomato there. And some purple onion. And then as soon as those green beans are done, then we'll have us a meal. But that's how I'm going to serve it tonight. You sure could, like I said, take the tomato off and put fresh coleslaw on the top. I'm all out of cabbage right now, so we're just going to do tomato and some cheese and some purple onions with a side of deliciousness, a side of green beans. All right, let me see if William wants to come say hello. I know Kathy wants to see him, so hang on. William! William? You want to come say hi? Yeah. Come on, Dan. Hello. Come on down. I think you might need a stool though, buddy, so that she can see you. There. Alright. There's a monkey too! Oh my goodness. Get on up there. This is what we're having for dinner. Doesn't it look good? Get up. Don't be shy. Say hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
And Sharon's, oh, she's hitting you. Sorry. She loves you. That's what that is. Oh my goodness. Oh, Sharon says hello too. Say hi to Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. What movie were you watching?
I don't know.
You don't know? Is it the girls' videos? What's it about? You don't know. Okay. Well, that's great.
I like cheese.
Well, you're gonna have cheese on your sandwich.
Sounds of cheese.
Do you want me to make your sandwich and you can try it?
I want some cheese.
You just want cheese. All right. But don't advertise to everybody else. There you go. This is that Grazier's raw cheese from Azure Standard. Really, really good. Uh-oh. Oh. There we go. Are you out of here now? All right. Well, it's nice seeing you. He's out of here. Don't take it personal. There's a movie on. What about you? You were just chilling upstairs? Yeah. Anyway, that is dinner, you guys. That was such a quick class, like 20 minutes. How did we do that in 20 minutes? Well, it was all ready to go. So even you can make dinner in 20 minutes at home. Of course, I'm still steaming the green beans, so it'll be a few minutes more. But then we get to eat. I don't know if the chicken's going to be too spicy for her. Let me try it. She might like it. I'm not sure. I can give her a piece right now and see what she does. Yeah, Sharon, she's getting big. She's growing up fast, I feel like. So I'm going to push the accelerator button. So let's see what she does. A little tiny piece. Here you go. Is that too spicy for you? Do you like it? Would you like some more? Oh, she likes it. Well, there you go. It's Naomi approved. Not too spicy? Oh, good. All right. Well, as I said earlier, next week I plan to have the sale start on the cookbook. So if you're looking for Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, or another copy for yourself, we're talking really, really much, much lower than the other one was. So I hope to see all of you guys next week on the cooking class, because we're going to be talking about that, and I'm going to have the link to purchase. It'll be like a pre-order, so you'll pay me, and then my cookbooks are already on the way. And as soon as I get them, I ship them straight to you. So just like last time. All right, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next week. Say bye.